Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again. My name is Catalina and I'm the person behind by Catalina Designs. And in today's video we have a video tutorial for this Pride summer sweater. I know that I discuss on this channel on my weekly journals about this sweater, explaining how to make it by yourself and not to be afraid to try on. But the tutorial was so much requested, so I decided to make a tutorial to write a pattern and so on. The tutorial will be for the size small, which I'm wearing in the photos, in the videos, and so on. I wrote the pattern up to 5 extra large in sizes. The thing is that the increases on the body and sleeves will be a bit different. For example, for bigger sizes, and I think started with size medium, we will make the double increase on the body for all the rounds. Only for the sleeves we will alternate with one round with a single increase, one round with a double increase, because we don't want to add too many stitches or the same number of stitches to the sleeves as to the body. So instead of that, there are not too many differences, only starting with size 2 extra large. The neckline is starting with a few more stitches. So for the other sizes I started with 108 stitches, meaning 31 for back and front, and 21 for the sleeves, plus the 4 stitches that we will use as raglan lines. So for bigger sizes we are adding like 33, 23 for front and back and sleeves. Now yeah, so apparently this is it. So remember that for bigger sizes you should make a double increase for the body, and for the sleeves you need to alternate with one single increase, one double increase. And of course at some point, if for the sleeves you consider that you have enough stitches for the sleeve circumference, then you can stop increase for the sleeve and just continue and increase for the body. So this will count any it doesn't matter, especially the gauge, because you can adjust it and play with the increases, but you can follow the pattern as it is or the tutorials as it is, as long as you meet my gauge, because otherwise you might need to work more rows in length, for example. And for the yoke this is important, because if for the length from the armpit we can just add as many rows as we need to get to the desired length, then for the yoke you might need more rounds to add, and this will mean that you will have more stitches. So it's kind of getting off from what I'm trying to show you. So anyways, I wanted to just explain these things so people with bigger sizes to be able to follow this tutorial. Of course, the pattern has a free version on my website for all the sizes, so you will be able to watch the tutorial and go with the written pattern as well, so you can finally make this sweater. So now I think this was it, so let's just get started. Okay, so for this sweater I used Pride from Wool Addicts. It's a mix of 40% linen, 32% cotton, and 28% viscose. The recommended needles are 3.5-4 millimeter, and It comes in balls of 100 grams and approximately 280 meters. For this sweater I used a 4mm crochet hook. For the ribbing you can use a smaller crochet hook, optional if you want. I will use the smaller crochet hook for the cuff ribbings and bottom hem ribbings because I find it that it's better with this size. The lanyards also have this linello version of the yarn, which is the same fiber, the same composition, and it comes in this variegated color. So now we will start with the foundation chain. For size small up to size 2 extra large, you can chain 108 stitches, meaning that we will have 31 stitches for front and back and 21 for sleeves, plus 4 stitches for the raglan line. If you would like to make sure that the chain is not twisting, you can insert the hook through the last or the first chain stitch that you made, and then through the loop, the working loop, and continue chaining. There is another option if the chain is keep twisting, to just work the first round in double crochet and then make the join. Now we will start with the ribbing. This ribbing can be added at the end if you would like. So now if you will prefer so, you will need to skip this step, and we will chain 3, and then we will double crochet into each stitch around. This chain 3 at the beginning will count as a first double crochet. And if you want, as I said, you can work this ribbing at the end after finishing the entire sweater. If you do so, you can adjust the width of your neckline, because if you think that it's too wide after finishing the sweater, then you can adjust that. Now, after finishing the first round in double crochet, we will start and first join into the third chain. And then we will start with the chain 3, which will count as a back post double crochet, and we will start then with a front post around the next stitch, and then back post, and we alternate these 2 stitches until we will finish the round. At the end of the round, we will finish with 1 front post double crochet, and then we will slip stitch into the third chain. Now we will repeat this round as many rounds as you would like, depending on how thick you want your ribbing to be. I worked in total 4 rounds, but it'll be up to you. And for the next following rounds, you will simply follow the post stitches that you have on the previous round. So if you have a front post, then you will work a front post as well, and on the back post you will work back post stitches as well. We will close the round again into the third stitch, and as I said, you can repeat this round And now after finishing the ribbing, we will just start with the raglan line, and this needs to be like a front post triple crochet. So I did this, making the loop bigger, twisting it, and then go around the post and make the triple crochet. And now we will do a double increase on this round, meaning that we will work into the next 2 stitches 2 triple crochet. So I did the first increase, and now I will do the second one. And then we will continue, and work with 1 triple crochet into the next 27 stitches, because from the 31 that we have for the back panel, we have left 27, because 2 we will have in each side to make the increases. If you want, you can mark the stitches using stitch markers, and in this way maybe it will be easier for you not to count and just stop before the stitch marker. So now after 27 triple crochet, I will do again 2 increases. So I did the first one and now the second one, and then it will be the second raglan line, which is a front post triple crochet. You can do the raglan lines as triple crochet, regular triple crochet. Now we will start with the sleeve, and again making a double increase for the sleeves as well. On bigger sizes you will have, I think starting with size medium, it starts to be necessary to work every row, every round, a double increase on the body, so front and back panel. But for the sleeves, you will alternate single increase with double increase. After the increase on the sleeve, we will work 17 triple crochet and then making another 2 increases. And now what we need to do is to repeat one more time, because we finished half of the sweater of the circumference. So now we need to repeat one more time with the front panel and the other sleeve to complete the round. To finish the round, we will make an invisible slip stitch, going with the hook from back to front, grabbing the working loop and pass it through the stitch. And now you can do the same thing with making the loop higher, twisting it or not twisting it, and go and make a triple crochet around the triple crochet on the previous round. And now we will do a single increase. We are starting working the back panel, so single increase, meaning that we will work 2 triple crochet only into the next stitch. Then we will continue with 1 triple crochet into the next stitches until we have 1 stitch left before the raglan line. Again, you can mark the raglan lines to use if these front post stitches are not that visible to you. You can use stitch markers to mark them, all 4 of them, and in this way it will be easier to know where you need to stop with the triple crochet and where to start making the increase. Now these 2 rows, alternating double increase row with single increase row, we will do them 2 more times up to round 6. Okay, so we finished the first 6 rounds, and now we will work 2 more, And we will increase only the front and back panel with a double increase for the next 2 rounds, and for the sleeves we will not do any increase. And why? Because I consider that we have sufficient stitches for the sleeve circumference, so there are no other increases needed. Of course, if you want your sleeve to be wider, then you can go and work a few more increases there as well. But considering that we will also add an armpit chain, then I will stop with increases for the sleeves right now. So we're starting the back with a double increase. So back and front will be with double increases for the next 2 rounds. And then we will continue with 1 triple crochet in each stitch until we have 2 stitches left before the raglan line. In these 2 stitches we will do the increases, so 2 triple crochet in each. Then we will work the raglan line, and as I said, we will not increase on the sleeves, which means that for the sleeve section we will only work 1 triple crochet in each stitch. For some sizes, bigger sizes, you might need to add a few more stitches, and you can add them, work single increases or double increase and then stop increasing as well. In the written pattern on my website you can find all the sizes from 5 extra large up to 5 extra large, and you can watch the pattern and then go back to this tutorial and use it to follow along. Okay, now we will start with the front panel. So on the front panel we will increase again, so make this double increases. And then we will continue with 1 triple crochet until we have 2 stitches left before the raglan line. Okay, so I finished this round. Now we will repeat it one more time until we have 8 rows. Okay, after 8 rows the yoke is done, and now we will separate into sleeves and body. The raglan line we will include it into the body section, and we will start with chain 4, which will be the first triple crochet, and then we will triple crochet into each stitch until the next raglan line. Okay, we got before the raglan line, and we will do a triple crochet in that stitch as well. And now we will chain 10 for the armpit. And then we will skip the stitches for the sleeve and go into the next raglan line and work a triple crochet. Then we will continue with 1 triple crochet into each stitch until the next raglan line and next sleeve. and we will repeat the same. Okay, so going into the raglan line, then chain 10, and we will slip stitch into the 4th chain at the beginning of the round. And after the separating round, we will start with chain 4 and we will start triple crochet in each stitch, including the armpit chain, until we will get, and keep repeating this round until we will get to the desired length. I worked in total 12 rounds, but if you need or you wish to have this sweater longer, then you can work as many rounds as you wish. Okay, it's been a while since the last frame, because I already finished the body. I added the ribbing at the end and also worked one sleeve. For the sleeve, if you want, you can also decrease, make some decreases at the beginning and at the end of the round if you don't want to have like a wide wide sleeve and you want to taper the sleeve, I think is the correct word. So now I will show you on the second sleeve how I worked it. You need to join the yarn at the armpit, somewhere in the middle of this armpit chain. I like in this armpit chain to just go between the stitches, because you only have one strand of that armpit chain and it's not looking that strong like that. And we will chain 4 and then we will start a triple crochet. If you're working between the stitches, make sure that you're not adding stitches because it might be confusing. And we will need to do something where the sleeve here, where the sleeve meets the body, because we have this separating side row that needs to be covered with stitches, because otherwise if I'm jumping into the sleeve stitch it will create a gap, so I don't want that. So I will work 2 triple crochet together with the hook, with one leg of the 2 triple crochet together into the side row, the body side row, and then I will repeat one more time because these triple crochet stitches are a bit taller and we need to do it one more time. And we will do the same thing on the other side, on the other corner. So this will add 4 stitches on our sleeve. If you don't want that to have more stitches, then you can decrease them while working on the sleeve. Otherwise, if you are not making them, then you can you will have that gap that needs to be covered somehow. So here is the second thing, and we will do the same 2 triple crochet together. And now we will continue with 1 triple crochet to finish the round, and then we will continue to work 1 triple crochet in each stitch. I worked in total for the sleeve length 17 rounds, but the same as for the body. If you need to work more rows, or maybe you don't want to have a longer sleeve, maybe you want 3/4 or shorter sleeve, then work as many rounds as you wish. Okay, so now we are moving to the ribbing, and as I said at the beginning, I'm changing with a 3mm crochet hook. Somehow using the same hook size I cannot find, or my ribbing with front post and back post is not getting smaller, even if it's supposed to be an elastic, so that's why I like to use a smaller crochet hook. But you can also make some decreases if you want your cuff to be smaller. So what I'm doing now, I just chain 3 and then we will alternate front post double crochet with back post double crochet to create that ribbing effect and add this finishing to our sweater. And this ribbing, we will do it for the cuffs and also for the bottom hem of the sweater. At the end of the round, because I have an uneven number of stitches, so I have 2 stitches left before the end of the row, I will just make a front post getting those stitches together. Of course, if the yarn wants to let me to do so. Okay, and now I will join into the 3rd chain and repeat this round until you have the desired length for, or the desired width for the cuff. I worked as the same 4 rows as I did for the neckline. If you want to do decreases while working on this ribbing, you can get 2 front posts together like this, keeping 1 back post in between, and make a decrease if you want to make this this ribbing smaller. And after finishing with this last touch of the sweater, you have a few ends to weave in, and then you should block this, especially if you're using the same yarn. The stitches are looking great after washing, so I do recommend to do it, because you can see that right now after working on it, the stitches are a bit uneven, but after blocking it will look super nice. So I hope you enjoyed this new tutorial, and you like the sweater. I know you like it, because I had so many requests on making this tutorial, and I hope you'll make it. It's an easy one, and of course, see you next time. Bye.